What is going on, Forza Milan? Welcome to RossonARI TV. We have news for you today. Camarda renews his contract, 3 years, ink on paper. It is official. Lyert, what's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah, man, all good. Forza Milan. Good news. Camarda renewing. Uh, yeah, I think 3 years contract or something like that.
Yeah, 3 years. Did you see his performances in the U17 Italy? Have you been following that?
Yeah, I saw the highlights. The front three played really well. I mean, all Italy played well, far superior than Portugal, uh, physically and as a team as well. So that's a good test for the under 17. They
Yeah.
look good.
And Camarda got MVP of the tournament. So, which another piece of information about what kind of player he is and he's confirming to be. So 3 years. Do you think 3 years is good or should it be longer? 3 years is a little bit short. I mean,
I don't think they can do more than 3 years at that stage.
is that a rule? Okay,
Is
so
I
that's
think
a
it's a
rule.
rule. 3 years is the maximum they can do when he's under 18 or something like that.
Okay, all right.
I
So
think.
yeah, I'm not sure either. I'm not sure either. But anyway, that's a really good thing. And there was a picture of him next to Van Basten. He was at this ceremony or this, I don't know what, they're celebrating a book. Someone wrote a book. I don't know who. But Van Basten was there and he was next to Van Basten. The guy is as tall as Van Basten. I mean, honestly, he looks big for his age because in the U17 tournament, he was one of the youngest players of the whole tournament. But yet he almost looked like he was bigger than everybody else almost. So maybe he is ready, Lyert. Maybe he is ready to go to the next step.
No, I don't think he's ready. But is a waste of time to have this conversation because we will never know until we see it. So
Yeah,
I don't think he's ready.
one thing though that I think might happen during the summer is that in the friendlies, especially friendlies in America against Real Madrid, Man City, and across Europe also, we might see Camarda with a first team playing against these teams. That might give us more information. So let's see. I think we can see from there also. But anyway, good thing that he signed. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, and yeah, as you say, he will get called from with the first team on those summer friendly, or probably. If he's not getting called, that means that he's probably not physically ready to sustain those, pre-seasons with the first team. But let's see. We will see. Be interesting.
Yes, yes. So, Laird, I wanted to ask you, Xerxes. It looks like that Milan is going to be signing Xerxes.
Yeah,
What
that's
do you
the
think? What do
conversation.
you think about this operation? Go ahead.
It's a good operation. I think he's pretty young, like 21. I think 22, something like that. 23. I don't know.
23, 23.
Yeah, 23, Serie A player. Has done well in 1 year. First year in Serie A. He scored, I think, 12 goals and around almost 10 assists or something like that. So it's a good amount of goal contribution. Bologna was a good team. So it makes sense. 40 million plus, signing fees and stuff like that. The whole operation will go around 50-55 million. So yeah, it makes sense. That's what you pay for a young striker that has great perspectives.
Yeah, I mean, in England they'd pay more for
Yeah, yeah,
him.
of course. And
So,
probably
yeah,
probably we're paying these amounts because still a lot of teams in England probably are not jumping on the hype train. Can we call it like this?
it's a release clause. So we're just favored by the fact that it's a release
Yeah,
clause.
but no one is competing on that release clause. No one is
Right,
actually
right, right.
interested, or at least it doesn't look like a big player, like a Premier League team with a lot of money is interested on getting in war bidding war with salaries and agent fee and things like that. So it looks like
Yeah,
pretty good, I would say.
I think it's a perfect scenario for Milan, and you're right. So he wasn't called up for the national team, which is maybe also that brings his stock down internationally. Um, and yeah, the only English team that was being linked to him was Arsenal, but he chose Milan over Arsenal. He chose Milan over Arsenal. And I think also because from what I'm understanding, he likes Italy. He likes life in Italy. Milan is a good destination for him. He likes it, and it's a good progression for him. And also, this is a perfect Moneyball operation for this Redbird, whatever, because you're getting a player at 40 million who, if it wasn't for the release cost, would cost way more. And so buy low, sell high. Perfect. Young, buy low, sell high. This is the perfect mantra. And he is a player that. Now, the only question I have is I was looking at the numbers. So Giroud last season contributed, as far as goals in all competition, between goals and assists, 26. That's a big ass number. As goals and assists in all competitions, Giroud's contribution was 26. Xerxes' contribution was far inferior. I think it was 15 in total. So my question is, at the end of the day, are we really upgrading by bringing Xerxes? I don't know if it's a real big upgrade from Giroud at the end of the day. At least the first season. Then how he progresses, that's to be seen. What do you think about that? Or do you disagree?
Maybe if we're talking about numbers, probably we're not doing a big upgrade or not even an upgrade. But if we're talking about uh, effectiveness and what he can bring in the pitch and help the team, is a big upgrade, massive upgrade. I think we will see a team that is more has more energy, and other players around him will perform better. So he will allow other players around him to perform better if he's comfortable playing at San Siro for Milan, because that is
Right.
another
Yeah.
thing. Big
Yeah.
question mark. We need to see if he can handle that pressure.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of question marks at the end of the day. It's a good signing because it is a good player, but is it really a huge upgrade from what we already had? Now, one thing for sure, as far as the locker room, there's no way he's an upgrade to Giroud. And as far as just as the impact, the because Giroud had brought a lot of experience, brought a lot of wisdom, and also Giroud a lot of goals. So that's something that you can only acquire with someone with a long career like Giroud. Obviously, Xerxes can't do that because he just started. He's just in the beginning of his career. So that aspect there already can't really replace the Giroud. But um, on the field, Lart, I think that this goes into perfectly into the next segue is that we need more than Xerxes. Xerxes is not enough. Xerxes is not going to move. I don't think Xerxes is going to move a needle in the end. I think we need more than Xerxes.
Yeah, we need another striker with a similar profile. So as tall as Zerske, decent feet and decent pace, young enough to put the same type of energy and compete with Zerske. And maybe not like for the starting position, but challenge who is the starter of Milan, and bring competitiveness for that position, uh, and bring problems to the coach as well on thinking who is going to start, which is a good problem to have. Um, but yeah, we need two strikers, and Xerxes we haven't signed him yet. So technically, at this point, at this moment, we have zero strikers up front.
Yeah. Now, I do think that he is, right now, just the striker that makes the most sense. But also, I mean, I wouldn't also we just have to be mathematical about this. And Xerxes is not going to. The offense with Milan is not really a big problem because they scored a lot of goals last season, right? So Xerxes coming in, honestly, looking at the numbers, Xerxes might bring you less goals, but or maybe more. I don't know. Maybe more. That's to be seen. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to the defense. I mean, at the end of the day, what we do up top, to me, okay, it matters if it's a big statement. I think if you get Xerxes and another big striker, then that's a statement. But even that is not going to be enough. What is really going to change anything? What you do defensively, the midfield and the defense. Right now, none. I was thinking about this, Laird. None of our defenders play for any national teams. Chow does not play for the German national team. Tomori does not play for the English national team. Gabbia does not play for the Italian national team. Kalula does not play for the French national team. We have a second tier level of central defenders at this point, unless these guys can break through. And then our midfield, we have so many midfielders that are completely not the right players that you want to defend leads. So you have to make a lot of
Apart
changes.
from apart from Benacer, none of them play for their national team as well. They don't, not even in the second squad or anything like that.
Well, Reindeers plays for the Holland.
Oh yeah, true, true. Reinders plays is getting called from Holland. Yeah.
And I think Moose also plays for the USA. But Ali and Loftus Cheek don't. But regardless, these are not. These are not
Second tier, yeah, really low tier, I would say.
right. So you need like a stepping class there, and that's really where I think is going to be the key to solve this puzzle. What do you think about that?
Yeah, as I was saying, we need two strikers. I was talking about the strikers position, and we need two midfielders, and the midfielder needs to be really good. Like, um, I don't even know if there is any. We even have the power, the economical power to buy those type of midfielders. I'm thinking in my mind,
Like
it
who are
doesn't
you?
look like we're gonna sign that type of midfielder. I've heard some names. It sounds like these names have a lot of potential for Fana and these guys, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know. I doubt we're gonna hit. We're gonna buy. Let's say we buy 5 players. I doubt we're gonna get it right. All the 5 players. We're
Yeah.
gonna, which is normal, to miss on few. If you buy 5 players, probably you miss 2 of them. They're not as good as we think.
And as
So
far
that's
as the
the problem.
sorry, go ahead. And as far as the players that we are that they say we're going to sign, Thiago Santos, I am very skeptical about Thiago Santos. Um, that's someone that is a little bit of a bet right there. Especially again, if a team starts to leak goals, and then you have a Thiago Santos that is just way too offensive, but he doesn't. He's not at the level when it comes to covering and covering space, fighting back, and all of that stuff. Then what happens? I that's a question. Um, that's a question I have. Do you know this Thiago Santos player?
Not really. I don't know him. I haven't followed last year. I haven't followed a lot these new names and
So Thiago Santos is a right back for Lille. He played for Lille under Fonseca. He's
why
very he's very technical. Very
why are we
he's
buying
small.
right backs, by the way?
I don't know, but he is very technical. He's very small. He's very similar to Dest. Very similar. He likes to go forward and almost become a cam, almost a winger slash cam in that area, and that's how Fonseca likes to play with his fullbacks. Also, he's pretty cheap, around 10 million, 12 million, 15 million. Um, the issue is that I hope he's not. I don't know if he can be a starter at Milan. That's hard. Maybe he can, maybe he can't, but I don't know. While Fofana, for example, he's a little bit more experienced. He's also plays for the French national team. You know, like if you have that kind of experience, okay, fine, I can give you the benefit of the doubt. But if you're 20 years old and you've only had 2 games with a U21, you're going to really come from that reality, the Liga on to the Serie A, and be a starter for AC Milan, fighting for top four or even the title. Very difficult. Very difficult that Santos can do that unless he's He's a gem that nobody knows about.
Yeah, I don't know. These right backs, I don't know. We need one. Honestly, you you can put this guy as a right back. If there is Reinders defending for him, he's gonna be fucked the entire season. Uh, so I don't know. Let's see. See, these are
Um,
things that fucks all the team up. That you buy two strikers and you still don't buy midfielders and you buy right backs. Of course, you're gonna have another team next season that will concede a lot of goals, being consistent, lose big games, and you can fuck up the season again if you do things like this.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Anyway,
Yeah,
Laird, what do you think of Salamakers maybe coming back to AC Milan? What do you think about that?
I think that is a great decision. Hopefully, it comes back because I don't like the options we have in terms of Chukwueze, Musa, and all these guys are not as good as Makers. I prefer him if we need to put a guy that can start or be a squad player. Is more effective. Is better than them. Is better than a lot of players that we bought last summer. Um, and he cares about Milan. He cares a lot about Milan. We've seen that. So hopefully he comes back and he stays and he doesn't take it on a personal level and comes back motivated to give everything for Milan. And I hope we get rid of Chukwueze. I don't think Chukwueze will be good enough for Serie A, or at least for the level of club Milan is in Serie A.
But hold on, listen. I just want to open a parenthesis here regarding Chukwueze. But is it that it's just because the way this team is set up, Leao obviously is always going to be on the left. Fonseca is going to play Leao on the left unless something crazy happens, which means that if we play a 4-3-3 or a 3-4-3 or a 3-2-3-1, most likely on the right, Pulisic is going to still be the guy also because he had a really good season on the right. So I don't think Chukwueze is going to take Pulisic's spot. But if Pulisic wasn't there, how do you think Chukwueze would have performed?
Bad. He would have performed bad because the problem with Chukwueze is not about Pulisic having a good season. It's because the guy is too light. He's a one-dimensional type of player. He's just tries few things during the game. He's not good at defending. It's just I don't know. It's nothing special, and he's too light. It's just like
Mm. But don't you feel that if you send Pulisic to Atalanta for a year, he would go? He would be Atalanta, score 15 goals, 200 assists, win the Europa League, win the Coppa Italia, and you'd be,
I mean,
Do you
yeah,
have that feeling?
he can do those things, but Milan is not aiming for Europa League, Coppa Italia, and he will finish fifth or sixth with Atalanta, which is that is the type of player he is. Milan needs to challenge for Champions League and titles, and Chukwueze will never be that player to help a team challenge for titles. He will be the player that will help Atalanta finish top five or help Atalanta have a great run in Europa League, which are competitions that Milan should not be associated never in our history. So
Well, listen, ultimately, I do agree with you because if I look at the numbers and also, again, when it comes to goals, last season we scored a lot of goals. We scored 99 goals in all competition, which is a big number. And Chukwueze did not really contribute much to that because he was mostly on the bench. And those actually, the Chukwueze numbers are more or less Salamaker's numbers that Salamakers has. But I think Salamakers brings you much more value as a tactical player that you can use different tactical solutions. And you're going to need these players that fight for every ball, that run all over the pitch, that never get tired, that just have that kind of temperament. You're going to need them if you want to really challenge for the title. If you don't have any of these players, which we don't, there's no point of even hoping. There's no point of even hoping. So at least a Salamakers can give you that element. I would totally bring Salamakers back.
Yeah, and the same thing is for Adley. I need a midfielder that is less technical, less vision than Adley, but he recovers a lot of balls and he fights and he runs a lot and he brings other defends a lot. That he doesn't make stupid mistakes defensively. I don't care about Adley that has a good long ball and bullshit like that. I want a player that actually is good on other things in the game because if I have that player, Leao can perform better, and Leao can bring me the numbers that I need.
Carmelo, what's up?
How's it going, guys? Tutto a posto?
Tutto a posto. Minchia.
Minchia. Come dobbiamo fare, eh?
Yeah,
What are you
what's
guys
up,
talking about?
Salamakers.
Oh, Salamek. So he looks like he's coming back, is he? I mean, 10 million, it seems a lot for Bologna.
Well, he's
know?
coming back anyway, and after that, he can
Now,
go
would you
long.
guys give Chukwueze another chance, or would you sell Chukwueze?
I don't think it's sellable anyway. I would give him another chance because after a season like this, who's going to buy him? Who's going to be interested? I don't think no.
Send him
Unless you
on
want to
loan.
unless you give him a loan, yeah. But
But guys, don't you now listen? Maybe you disagree with me, but don't you? At least I think that his season is going to be more or less the same because Pulisic is going to be the owner of that right wing.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's
I'll
also-
send him on loan. If I have Selemakers, I'll send him on loan. There is no second chance. What is this second chance thing? If I didn't have any player, of course, I'll give him a second chance. I wouldn't spend money on buying another right wing. But I have Selemakers, which cost me zero money to buy because he's already in the squad. Just send him on loan. Selemakers, Pulisic, Okafor, Leao on the other side. 2 strikers, we're buying it. Give me 2 midfielders and move on with the season. Fuck it. I don't care about Chukwueze, man. I don't care about his career. I'm not his brother. I don't care about anyone's career in AC Milan. I care about
Damn, cold.
honestly.
yeah, but on top of that, also you have to consider the fact if Salamakers comes back and stays as a Milan, because that's another thing it's all to see. But if he stays at Milan, one right winger is more there, so somebody has to go. And on top of that, Salamakers could be useful as a right back in an emergency situation as well, So I would keep Salamakers for Chukwueze. But with that said, I wouldn't mind to give me Chukwueze another chance as well, But it's too many on the right hand side if Salamakers stays, in my opinion. Somebody has to go, So if you can give Chukwueze on loan, and he might get something out of him the season after if you want to sell him or whatever,
Just send him on loan on some teams that actually does well with this type of player. Send him on loan in Spain. I think he did well in Spain. Just send him back on loan. I'm sure a lot of teams in Spain will get him.
I
on
mean,
loan.
look on the economy of the play of the game of the team. Salamak is more useful than Chukwueze is, tactically and everything. So,
Stronger physically as well.
Okay. So here we have some news saying that Fofana, PSG is also looking at Fofana. That can't. Let's see what happens with that.
yeah, but rumors in Italy saying that it's done deal. Like basically, it's already done.
Okay. All right.
So I don't know.
Let's see if that's the case. If it's a done deal.
I don't really know the player. Do you? Is it that good?
I don't know him as well. I don't know.
I don't know much of him. I'm just assuming, based on the fact that he plays for the national team, that he's
big. He's big guy, all right. Like he's fucking huge. So we need that in the middle of the field,
Yeah, but if he's big but he doesn't know what to do with the ball, or he's really slow, or he's dumb.
Well, if he doesn't know what to do with the ball, pass it to Pirlo. He knows.
Well, Pirlo's not playing, man. Pirlo's
with some
retired. We don't have a Pirlo in the pitch.
Pirlo's in Liguria.
I
He's
know
having
that's
a sip of wine.
I
So,
no, you know that way when Gattuso didn't know what to do with the ball, he gave it to Pirlo.
but no,
No,
see,
no,
Gattuso,
guys, but
Gattuso looked like he didn't know what to do with the ball. Gattuso always knew what to put the ball. It was a
listen, guys,
simple play, but he always knew what to
Yeah,
put the
he,
To Pirlo instead of feet. That's what he knew.
but he's a starter for the. He's one of the starters for the French national team, so that has to say something because it's a
I
good
can't
team.
say much. I don't really know him. No.
I don't know. I need to see him play with Milan if he signs with Milan. Even with the French national team, it doesn't count to me because that fucking French national team is an all-star team. We don't have an all-star team. So an average guy can look good with surrounded by world-class players. If he comes at Milan, he's surrounded by okay players, most of them. He
Yeah,
can look
that's
an idiot. And Serie A is tricky. It's not a fucking international tournament in the summer in 4 weeks' time. It's a different competition. So I need to see that. I need to see how
yeah,
French.
I know that's true
There's a
what you're
lot of things.
saying, but also like that kind of player, like physically structured that way in Serie A, they usually do good anyway. And
I
besides,
don't know.
we
We'll
need
see.
some physical strength in midfield anyway because we have like very lightweight players there.
Yeah,
You know.
but I don't think he's going to be enough though. Also, like I think there's such a large deficit when it comes to the midfield and the defense in like real players, like of quantity, that just one guy is not going to be enough.
No, you need another one. Yeah, I agree. You need another one.
You need
What I
another,
would
yeah.
do, like mentioning Pirlo, like what I would do, Roy, would be get someone like Fofana with those characteristics, and get someone I don't know who can I think of right now. I don't know Hamrabat, somebody who
Yeah, Amrabat.
s-
I think
somebody
Amrabat
who knows, yeah, somebody who knows what to do with the ball more than Fofana ever will. That kind of way, you know.
or Amrabat and Coop Miners. You know,
Akum Miners, I don't think so. He looks like he's going to Juve,
yeah,
you
but
know.
Juve's not paying that much for Coop Miners. But anyway, you can go for Fofana, Amrabat. Um, that would be ideal, obviously.
Two midfielders you need at least. Yes, I agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
all that of that kind of, and then also
And
you got to sort out the defense because the defense is at this point is suspect.
a right back and a centre back you need also, I think.
If my job was to find midfielders for AC Milan, I would have found two already. But my job is different. I do other things during my day. I don't watch videos, tapes, or follow players during the season. If I could do that, I would give you 12, 15 names because I'm sure there is over there midfielders that have those qualities that we're looking for. So, in my opinion, shouldn't be difficult. You should manage to sign two good midfielders that will be extremely valuable next season in Serie A. Now let's see what Furlani, Moncada, and the other boys will do if they will find those two midfielders. Because if they don't do that, we're still gonna have a lot of problems next season. Maybe less problems because the team will be a bit better. Because after 1 year in Serie A, I assume Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Reinders, Musa will still be better, of course, but still not enough, not good enough for us to challenge for titles and things like
Talking talking about giving players on loan, I would give Moza on loan to be honest, because it's not ready. It's not
Oh
ready
yeah,
at all.
actually that would be a good solution. Bring it, put
Yeah, let him play
Moose on
somewhere else.
loan, and bring
Yeah.
Salah makers, and bring Salah
Let him
makers.
let Musa play somewhere else and get some experience or some knowledge about what the fuck is he doing on the pitch because he
I
hasn't got to
think
play.
that would be a good idea. Now, listen about Italian players. Buongiorno is an interesting player. Then you have the players that are ready. You know, they're all taken. That's the thing. Pellegrini, Frattesi, Barella. These guys here are the guys that are ready to play today.
Yeah, but
And
Roy,
we
listen,
slept on these guys. We slept on these guys.
if they get well, it seems like very possible. But if they get in Zigze, which is going to cost them 40 million plus commissions, whatever, do you think that these people will spend another 40 or 50 million on on another player? Because if you're talking about Bongiorno and Koppmeyers, That's what they ask for, 40
No,
million
Cool
at least.
Miners is out of the question. Cool Miners,
Yeah.
I think, is going to Juve.
I saw it's
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. I saw it's Buongiorno because Cairo wants at least 40 million.
Okay, but Calafiori is right now the one that is being linked to Juve. So it looks like Juve is going on for Calafiori. Buongiorno, from what I've seen, has been linked to Napoli and Milan.
Yeah,
Um,
Napoli, Milan. Yeah, yeah.
so, I mean, if you want to take, yeah, I mean, I would do it. But why do you think
Did
they
you?
don't have the money? Why do you think they don't have the money?
No, because I don't think if they spend 40 million on a single player, I don't think they're going to spend the same amount of money on another single player. That's what I think. Could be wrong, but I don't know.
Well,
Do you know what I
bro,
mean?
if they spend 40 million on Zirke and 40 million on Bongiorno, where are they gonna find the money for the other two midfielders that we need? So
Yeah,
what's going on there? So I assume they're still making the same mistake they did fucking a year ago. They're buying the
Well,
wrong players and not building a proper team. If they do that, that's my
what do
opinion.
you guys think about the reports that came out about 2 weeks ago now? Reliable reports for many that Milan this summer mercato has about 100 million to spend, and also the possible sale of a Hernandez that can bring a lot of money.
I don't know. It seems to me that every summer transfer market seems like Milan is the only club who people knows about the budget. I don't hear about other clubs, the budget about other clubs. Only Milan, they always
Well,
the
we don't
media always know the budget for some
No,
reason.
but we don't hear that because we don't follow the other clubs. We don't follow. If I ask my brother that follows the rumors of Inter, he will be telling me, "Oh yes,
I'll tell you what, though, Carmelo, the past 2 or 3 seasons, the numbers that the media has said then happen to be the correct numbers.
yeah."
So that's
Oh no,
that's the thing.
yeah, but
How do,
why only Milan? I don't hear every summer like,
I
oh,
don't.
Inter budget is this, Juve budget is that.
Well,
You know what I
because
mean?
Inter doesn't have a budget, man. Inter is operating on zero money basically on
I
20.
don't know because I don't pay attention, but I mean it's not something that I'm looking for.
Inter
I
gets
don't know.
player Inter gets players on installments. That's what they do.
No, Inter does. If you think about it, Inter bought Thuram on a zero, Arnautovic on a few millions because it was basically cheap. They got
Yeah,
and they spent 35 million on how's it called, the midfielder from Sassuolo. That's it. That was the
yeah,
money.
they're gonna pay Frattesi in 2035 or something.
Yeah, they're paying on
But
installment, but that was the budget. That's it.
I mean
Yeah,
most
but
teams
why
pay
the
players in installments. So
but what I don't understand why Milan can do operations like that. Like for example, you
We
buy a
pay
player,
players.
give something up
But
front, and
that's
then
how we
pay the
pay
rest.
our players. That's how we pay them on
that's how
installment.
all clubs pay their players. No clubs do everything up front.
That we all pay them on installment.
Are you sure? I don't know.
Yes, that's why I'm telling everyone that they didn't spend 130 million. That they spend the money of Tonali. Because if you consider the 11 players we bought, their first year of installment is the money of Tonali that we got. That's
Oh,
the
yeah, the
thing.
budget was the usual 50 million that Elliot used. But anyway,
Right, yeah.
No, it's
Now,
still
listen, I don't know,
it's,
but do you guys believe 100 million? Do you believe it? Or yes or no?
well, if the media says that, yeah, probably that's what we're gonna spend, roughly, that type of an amount, and it makes sense because we're gonna get 25 million from CDK. We're gonna get
No. Hold on, like these numbers are pre
W-
CDK,
yeah,
pre.
without selling anyone. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
Oh, but
this is
CDK is
without
sold.
selling.
That's why they're giving those numbers. CDK is being sold now. Is
no,
it?
these were numbers that did not count those operations.
So is it 125 million?
More, if you want to count those operations, it comes close to 150.
No, liars. 100 million they were talking about without any other players involved. Like
Yeah,
But with that said,
I don't
I was
believe that. I
reading.
don't believe that. I don't
I
believe
was reading. I was reading Felice Raimondo, and he was saying because the financial situation of AC Milan, they will be well capable of spending more than they spend because the situation is very good at the moment, you know. So they could spend a lot more than they actually are, you know. But that 100 million they're talking about without any other players involved, not even CDK.
I think it's 100 million with the CDK fee that we're gonna get. That's my opinion. But anyway, doesn't matter. We're gonna see how much they're gonna spend. I don't think we're gonna buy two players for 80 million. I don't think we're gonna
That's
do that.
I don't think that either. But it's not a matter of how much you spend, but how you spend it. That's what I'm more concerned about, you know.
Yeah, but
I
these are
mean, I
not.
don't know. I
These are
don't
not.
know if I don't know if you guys talked already about Zigze, but it is good after all. It's a very promising player, but my only concern about him, it's like now I don't know. I haven't got a clue how Fonseca wants to play, but you know, as you guys know, he's not a proper nine. He's more like um, a false nine, if you will. You know, he linked the attacking play very well with his teammates there, but my only concern about Zigze is he one of those one season players or is he really good? You know what I mean? Because sometimes you get those players that have an exceptional season and then after that they know what they seems to be, you know? That's my only doubt I have about the player.
That that's not a concern for me because every player can be that way. Every player can be that way, so it's not a concern for me. Is I think he's a
Why
good player. I think he's worth the money.
Well,
And
the thing about the way I see it is you have to look at it from the age standpoint. It can be a one. I think Gurasi can be more of that case because Gurasi at 28 all of a sudden has this season that is out of the ordinary. And maybe you can make that argument there, or maybe Gurasi now has reached a level that he can sustain 30 goals a season. But before that, he wasn't doing that. Zirksevo is only 23, and I think this is very beginning stages of his career. So we don't know. He could turn
Yeah,
out to be incredible,
yeah, but
or
the age factor, Roy, you're right there. But I don't want people to have the wrong expectations about the player because he's not going to score a lot of goals.
no, no,
Maybe
no.
maybe people think that he's not a top scorer. That's what I'm saying.
well,
He's
we
a
don't
That,
know
different
that.
kind of player.
We don't know
but
that.
no, but that's why I was saying earlier that I don't think it's going to be much difference than having Giroud as far as final output. I
No,
think
it's
it's going to be
not
more or less
light.
the
It's
same.
not that we don't know. It's the way he plays. He says that he's not going to score a lot of goals in his
Yeah, but
career. The way he
he
plays.
plays
I
in
mean,
that way. He plays in that way with Bologna. It doesn't mean he's gonna play in that way with Milan. He's gonna play differently with Milan. He
well,
can.
that's up to the manager. That's up to the manager,
No,
isn't
no,
it?
it's up to him. He's developing. He's learning football. So he's every season he changes. He improves. His
Well,
game upgrades on different parts of his game upgrades. So it's up to him. It's not just the manager. He's finished the season thinking, okay, I did well, but I didn't score a lot. I need to be more in the box next season and score more
Yeah,
goals.
but I know, but he needs to know what the manager wants from him as well.
Well, but that is every player. Every
I
22,
think
all the
I
22 players
think
we have in the squad, they need to know what.
I
If
think
you
the
are concerned
manager is
about
going to
him,
ask him to play a false nine. I think the manager will ask him to play a false nine. Seeing what Fonseca said, how he likes his football, it's the classic Guardiola tiki taka thing. So false nine is he's going to love having a false
I don't
nine
know. I don't know if
because
if
they
somebody
want to make
follow.
40 passes before taking a shot.
Did you guys like knew how? Did you follow or see some little games? How's Jonathan David played for Fonseca? What kind of striker he is? Because I don't know. So
well,
you can
he's
get some indication of the way Fonseca played Jonathan David and a little. You know what I mean? So maybe you get
He's
some.
not the same as Xerxes. David is someone that likes to look for depth, while Xerxes likes to more come in and collect the ball. So it's different kind of players.
yeah, but French league is
Attacca,
different.
attacca alla profondità, diciamo, uno di quegli attaccanti lì, diciamo.
Davis, yeah, that's what he
Yeah,
does.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Xerxes instead is like he comes back, he plays with the midfield, and then he goes You know, he does the 1-2 rather than just run straight into space. I think Xerxes has already played in the Serie A. We know that the guy can play in the Serie A. I think it's a good signing. It makes sense. But let's not to think that we just signed Van Basten. You know, we signed a guy that probably won't do as much as what Giroud did this last season. Giroud this last season contributed 26 goals. That's a lot. If Xerxes can do that his first season, that's fantastic.
Yeah, but like you were saying, Zirta is just starting. Giroud has a whole career behind him anyway.
Right, right. Yeah.
Talking about Van Basten, I was listening to him earlier on. He was there for the Camarda thing. He was there also, Van Basten, and they were asking him about Zirte, and he said he's very promising, but I don't know how good can he do in Milan. He said, because it's all to see. We can't be sure. That's the thing when he with this kind of players. So he was saying basically the same thing. But why not? Why not try all you can for I don't know Osimhen? Why not Osimhen?
That's
I mean,
you're dreaming too big, dude. What are you doing, Carmelo? What are you doing?
Carmelo,
You know
we're talking about
Yeah.
150 million to buy the player and probably 12 million net as a salary. Now, do you understand what Milan is doing in the last 5 years?
This is Furlani's Milan. Osimhen are not. That's not
Berlusconi's
reality.
Milan, so
oh no, sorry, it just left my mind where I just was thinking it was another year or something. I don't know.
you're in 1988, man.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
should buy
probably.
Van
Yeah.
Basten, not Osimhen.
Why? How much De Laurentiis wants for Osimhen anyway?
Is a number Furlani hasn't seen in his life.
It's probably 120 million, 170, 150.
I don't know what I was thinking by mentioning him. I know.
You had good intention. It just you went that
I mean,
second glass of wine on Friday
listen,
night.
guys, listen. Let's dream big. Let's dream big. Let's do this. Let's play this exercise because now I know some might disagree with me, some might agree with me. What I would do is I would try and bring Mbappe in the team. I would use my whole budget on Mbappe, and that's it. How about that? Would you do that?
No. We don't have midfielders, man. And Mbappe, no. I mean, Mbappe is for me. Mbappe can be a wrong choice for Real Madrid as well. It's a 50-50 in my opinion. Probably on the long term it will work. Maybe it will struggle the first season, and slowly it will get there, and Real Madrid will be an insane beast. But for Milan, it is extremely wrong because we have other positions to cover.
But Roy, reasonably, how much do you think Mbappe would want if we would ever come to Milan?
I don't think our budget can cover Mbappe, so we would have to sell.
Exactly.
We would have to sell Theo Hernandez or something like that.
Oh, we're gonna sell him anyway, I think.
Wait, guys, hold on. Let me ask you this. Actually, sorry to interrupt you, but if we sell Theo, Leao, and Magnan plus the budget that we have, we're talking about having a budget close to 300 million, maybe close to 400 million. What would you guys do with that kind of money?
No, don't worry what we're gonna do. I'm worried that they would do. That's what I'm worried about.
I will buy lottery tickets.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
400 million lottery tickets?
Yeah, and see if I can win 600.
No, but that way, Roy, would be too much to build. That would be too much, to be honest.
Yeah,
and especially for these people, anyway, they wouldn't have a clue what to do.
You know what I would do? I will buy Inter and burn it.
Yeah.
No, but this club that just is not going to operate like that. The only reason why we're going in for Xerxes is because of this release clause, and it's just the perfect storm for Redbird. It's a low release clause. A player they lost Mirante, so they have to fill in the quota of the Serie A player. So
40
Xerxes,
million is cheap, by the way. 40
very
million is
cheap,
cheap.
very cheap. It's
For the
a
season,
deal.
for the
You know?
season he had, yeah, probably is. Yeah.
No. Even if you had an okay season, is cheap. Because
Yeah,
players
but
now,
that
they cost a lot of money. A promising player now costs 70 million. The
Yeah,
inflation is gone
that's
nuts
right.
in football.
That's correct.
yeah, but having a good season like he did, Elijah, that counts as well. You know.
That could
Of
have
course.
been 80 million. Hoyland
Yeah, without
had
the
the
clothes. Yeah,
same
yeah,
season.
exactly. Yeah,
The same season went for 70 million at Man United. So that is
yeah.
cheap.
And Hoyland didn't do as good as Zirze, before he went to Manchester.
Right.
I don't think.
The season Colombo had, if Colombo was Dutch and he had that season, it would go for
Right.
30 million.
If
25
Skamaka was
million.
Dutch, guys, he'd cost 300 million.
Yeah, it would
Insane.
cost 50, 60 million. So these are the prices that is a cheap price. I don't see anything from the ownership doing a big sacrifice, making a big maneuver. That is a steal.
Yeah, this
I'm
is
not
more like, hey, look, there's a stock market on a discount. There's a stock on the discount. We can make a big profit out of this. It's like that. It's that kind of opportunity. This is like Wolf of Wall Street kind of thing. So they're
But
really going
but
for the opportunity.
am I wrong by saying that the 40 million clause that he has? Didn't Bayern Munich had priority to buy him back before any other club? Or am I wrong? Or they
I,
just not interested?
I did not I do not know all the details, but I know that it recently changed for Serie A teams as well. I don't know if Bayern has a priority. Maybe Brian is not interested.
Probably, yeah.
But I think a lot of it probably has to do with the player because it really comes down to the player. Because uh, they're going to probably accept the release clause from any team at this point. I don't know. Maybe that is true, but I don't know. I haven't heard Bayern once in
Yeah,
Xerxes.
but his will seems to remain in Italy anyway, so that counts.
Yes,
Bayern needs the cash for Theo, guys. It's not gonna waste cash around. They need Theo.
Bayern needs to. Yeah, if Jonathan, no, not Jonathan. If what's his name, Alonso Davis goes, yes, they will need to.
Do you know what I think, guys? I think this. I see the scenario already. They trying the best they can and hurry up with this Zirkzee deal, right? They want to close the deal before signing Fonseca. Because what they do is they give you a little bit of sugar first, and they give you the bitter pill to swallow after. You know what I mean? That's what they're doing. It's all planned because they're gonna get Zix and the Tifosi is gonna be over the moon because this new striker and all. Then Fonseca
Yeah,
comes
for
in,
sure.
and people won't be too enthusiastic about him either. They're gonna get Fofana in and people cheering back again. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah,
after that, they're gonna sell Teo or somebody else. I see the scheme already for the summer.
right. Yeah, it seems to be a pattern. Um, yeah, I don't think Xerxes is gonna look. I think Xerxes coming to Milan is gonna be fun because he's going to be an offensive playmaker. So we're going to see maybe a little bit prettier football than what we saw from Giroud. With Giroud was like a pure target man, so he would score these tap in goals. But Giroud
Yeah.
wouldn't really come when he came deep and did the layoffs and played with the midfield. He was a little bit unorganized. So we're going to see that a rise in level of quality there. As far as output, I don't think it's going to be any different. I think it's probably going to be maybe a little bit less. Who knows? Who knows?
Maybe the good thing about Zirkzee, the way Zirkzee plays, is that it could benefit way more, like not only the wingers, Leao and Pulisic, or whoever plays there, but also the Mezzali. Mezzali, with the way Zirkzee plays, holding the ball, and
Yeah, of
you know,
course. Yeah.
he has a good vision and all. If
The
a Mezzala
incursion.
goes, yeah, if a Mezzala goes in, he can receive the pass from him. So it's good
Yeah.
in that regard, I think.
Carmelo, we are talking too much like we already signed the guy. I think we need to sign the guy first, and we can talk.
Well,
That.
the commissions seems to be the only obstacle at the moment. So I don't know
Yeah, let's talk
how.
about that for a second, guys. Because I see a lot of clubs that buy players regardless of these commissions. Why do you think we care so much about these commissions? What's your guys' opinion?
because we are cheap.
I
They
don't
don't
know.
want to spend. They don't want to spend a lot.
You think it's just being cheap? That's it?
No, I think they have, even with Elliot was the same thing, I reckon. They have this sort of gap when it comes to pay commissions to the agents, which is around 5 million, if I heard right. And they won't go over that. Now, Kia Gorapshan, which is the agent of Zirze, he was asking something between 15 million and 20 million. That
No,
seems
no, no,
quite,
no way.
that
I think it
seems
was
quite a
less than
lot.
that. Oh, I
15
read,
million. 15 million,
I
there you
read
go.
10 to 15 million,
Yeah, but
which is
seems a
still a
lot.
lot.
Yeah, you will buy Sesko with that money. Oh, I don't know, somebody else.
Yeah, but if
You know?
Arsenal wanted to buy Xerxes, they would pay that commission to the guy. You know,
Yeah,
they would.
that's about Sesko. I don't think we have a chance with Sesko because I think Arsenal is serious and they're gonna pay
No,
the extra money on
I
it.
was saying Xerxes. I was saying Arsenal. If Arsenal wanted Xerxes, they would have paid the commission to
They
the
would,
agent.
yeah.
Yeah, because that's how it works. But because it's a corporate, Milan is a corporate, so everything is slow. Everything is it's not like there is a president that is okay. Let's make the transfer and get the player. There is has to be approved. The all this bullshit tax evasion that can happen. They need to prove everything. Has to be everything safe. There is investors involved, so it's weird because agents Carmelo, you know, agents they have their bank accounts on uh
At
fiscal
the
evidence.
Seychelles. At the
Seychelles,
Seychelles.
you need to send the money and you need to get a receipt. Agents don't
Oh,
want to send you receipt because they want to pay
I
less
know.
tax as possible. So these things slow down the operation of Milan as a corporate because he's a corporate. They need to justify every money they spend. If it was
Yeah, I know what.
Berlusconi will send his own money and pay the agent and do the transfer. Doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I
Or
know what you're saying, but
Abramovich
look,
and all these guys, all the Arabs, because the Arabs operate like this. They don't give a shit. They just
yeah,
pay.
but for whatever reason, like I was saying earlier, for whatever reason, even with Elliot was the same thing.
Yeah,
They
because they
have
are
this.
corporate as well. They're corporate
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, exactly. They won't pay more than they reckon to be paid for. You know, that's what it is. But so that's the only obstacle at the moment in order to get Zikte in. You know, so I don't know how they're gonna figure that out, but. This Kia Korabjan agent is not an easy thing to deal with. You know, he's the same. He's the same agent that Tevez used to have. Another players now I can't remember.
Hmm.
So I don't know what they're gonna do with these commissions, but they have to meet somewhere in the middle. Otherwise, the deal won't be closed. You know.
Yeah, that's the problem is that Milan probably cannot offer him the money that he wants without paying taxes, and probably Milan is like, no, I'm not gonna give you 15 million
Yeah,
or
not to mention
10
and not
million
to
net
mention and not
because
to
I
mention.
cannot do that operation because I need to declare on my books. And he's like, oh fuck it, give him it to
Yeah,
me, give me 15 then, so I can get my 10 net.
yeah, I
That's
know, and not to mention 5 million for the player, 5 million a year for the player. That's what he's asking for.
gross or net.
Oh, net, I think.
Because I had two and a half, three, something like
No, no, no.
No,
4.5 to
no,
5.
no, no, no.
4.5 to 5.
Four to five layered net, like per year. That's what his agent is asking for.
that's a lot.
I know it is a
It's
lot.
a big salary, yeah.
It's a big salary, maybe.
Look, to me, I know that any Premier League team plays whatever commission they need to pay. I mean, but this commission thing should be regulated by the FIFA somehow because otherwise, these agents they do what they like all the time. You know.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, listen, I have some news here. Di Marzio, the man, the myth, the legend, Di Marzio says Milan, during the day there was a blitz of Moncada in London. The RossonARI manager met Aston Villa to talk about Matty Cash. Who is Matty Cash? I don't
Right,
know.
right back.
Laird, you probably know him better since
Oh,
you.
another winger. Oh, for fuck's sake!
No, he's a right back. He's a
All
right
right.
back.
So
Oh,
the
it says
Polish,
there Polish right wingers is there.
okay,
No,
the
he's a
Polish
right
right
back.
winger. I also heard he was a right back too. Moncada also met other English clubs that needed to sell some players before June 30th in England. In fact, Milan have also had contacts for Laert's boy Broja. The Albanian striker is a possible opportunity and not an alternative to Xerxes. So, how do you guys take this news?
How is a Polish guy called Matty Cash? That's weird. It's
Well,
more
because
American kind of name.
well, but cash maybe is pronounced differently in Poland.
It sounds
So
like
I
an
don't know.
American.
I don't know the player. I don't
Sounds
know who
like
it is.
it sounds like he's from California, Matty Cash.
Yeah, American. Yeah, that's what I said.
yeah,
This okay,
he's
yeah.
he's a Londoner. He grew up in London. I think he's a friend of mine. I used to work with this guy, and he went to school with Matty Cash. He grew up in London, basically. I don't know. Maybe his dad is not Polish. I don't know. But anyway, he's a good player, but I don't think we can afford him. No chance we can afford him.
Laird, so have you seen him play with Aston Villa?
Yeah, I've seen him play a few games.
And how do you rate him?
He's a good player. He's a good player.
Who would you compare him to in Italy? I'm not
Mm.
saying the Italian national team, I'm saying in Italy, in Serie A.
He's similar to Lichtsteiner. You remember Lichtsteiner? He's similar to Lichtsteiner.
Okay, I see.
Strong physically, decent feet, up and down, running a lot.
Una buona gamba. One of
Yeah,
those
he
players.
runs a lot. He's a good physicality. He's not short or super tall. He has a good size, But I think Lichtsteiner was a bit better, I'll be honest. But this guy is quite young. I think he's 23, 24. So Lichtsteiner came at Juventus when he was at his prime. He did before he was at Lazio, remember? So, but similar player,
I think in the end that kid from Lille is going to come in. That's what I think.
I'll be really upset if we get a right back. If we spend any money, 10, 15 million for right back, I'll be really upset. Like
I tell you now, Laird, Thiago Santos from Lille is going to come in.
If we get this Thiago Santos for 10, 15 million, I'm going to be upset. Because you can add that 15 million on top of what we're going to spend to buy even a better midfield.
But guys, do you think Camarda is being sold? Not Camarda. Calabria is being sold. Is this what this is all about?
It looks like, or at least maybe Florence is leaving.
Well, look, first of all, I hope he doesn't go. I hope he stays Calabria. But to be fair, what kind of market Calabria could have? I mean, where he could go, to be honest. Doesn't have that much. Doesn't have that much. I don't think.
Calabria can go in a team, have a great season, and all of us realize, oh shit, Calabria was actually good. That's what's gonna happen. So
yeah, but like I'm not talking about other leagues. I'm talking about only Serie A, right? The first 4 or 5 clubs.
Calabria can go and start at Juventus. Who plays in that position at Juventus?
Cambiaso, I think. Is it?
Yeah, Calabria can play instead of Cambiaso.
I don't know. Look, I hope they won't sell him. But again, I don't think he has that much market, that much.
I don't mind. I don't mind if they sell him because I told everyone, none of the Milan players is my brother, so I don't give a shit about their career. My problem is we're doing the same mistake. We're getting rid of players that actually they can be in the squad, and we're putting new players that we don't know if they're gonna perform or be good enough for Serie A, and we're not covering the positions that we actually need, the midfielders. There's a waste of money and energy we're doing here. That's my problem here.
I don't know. It depends also. I know the Fonseca is an accommodating manager, after all, because that's the kind of manager he is.
Well,
but somehow, I hope he gives some directives of what kind of players he needs. I hope.
Well, if he's an accommodating manager, he should be like, don't buy me a right back. I'll keep the ones I have. Just focus.
I mean, Laird, he's accepting 2.5 million only. So
it's no only. Come on, man. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
No, for us, I'm talking about in prospective of managers. That's a very low wage for a
No,
manager.
that's a lot of money for a manager. That's a lot of money for a manager. For a manager that has won nothing and has been shit the entire his career, that's a lot of money. And Carmelo, sorry. How much Fonseca should get?
I know
For
he
his
doesn't have
CV?
the pedigree that other manager has. But what you join Milan and the previous manager Pioli gets 4 million, and
Well,
you come
because
in
Pioli
accepting
achieved
to.
big results. Pioli brought the team to 400 million revenues. Fonseca is entering in a team that has those revenues.
Yeah, I
And
get what you're saying, but if I come in, I say no, I demand more than that. So that's
dude,
why I say
no,
this is an
Fonseca cannot
accommodated
demand
manager.
more than that. Fonseca is getting too much, in my opinion. We're paying him too much. He's actually fooling us. He
But the
has a
only
good
reason,
agent.
the
George
only
Mendes is a
reason,
great
the
agent.
only, the only reason Fonseca's coming in is because of it. It's because of that. That's the main reason.
But you're saying we're paying him a little money. No, we're paying a lot of money for him. Pioli 4 million. He's worth it because Pioli achieves results. He's a proven agent, won title with us, and brought Milan in Champions League year after year and raised the value of the squad. The stadium was full when Pioli was a manager at Milan. So 4
Yeah, but
million is good, is enough. Fonseca has his stadium is
right,
gone
I give you an
emptier and
example.
emptier.
I give you an example. Let's suppose, for example, here, right? Let's suppose Milan went for Italiano. I give you a name, Italiano. How much do you think he would ask for?
1.5 million, no more than that. If he gets more than
No,
one
come
million and a
on.
half, he has a great agent. He has a great agent.
Yeah, but you manage in Milan. You can't. I don't agree with. I don't agree with that.
No. You're not managing Real Madrid that you need to get 5 or 6 million. Imagine in Milan. You said it right, man. You're managing a team that is not. No, we're not. 2.5 million is a lot for
So,
Fonseca.
all right,
I don't
like
think
I
it's
understand
that
that
much.
you think that that's too much for him because of his accolades. In the general Serie A environment, it's the lowest salary out of all the
N-
coaches.
No, it's not.
But
It's not.
maybe De Rossi is lower than him, but
No.
Conte more, Inzaghi more. What the fuck is his name? Gasperini
How much
more.
How much you give to Motta, for example?
Thiago
I don't know how
Motta is
much.
4.5. 4.5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
come
Motta
on,
is a
Laird. Now, Laird,
Motta is
listen,
a better
Laird.
no guys. Motta is a better coach than Fonseca.
Yeah, but what has he done? Nothing as much as Fonseca. Nothing.
No,
Fuck
No,
all.
he's always he's always achieved his objective every fucking year. Actually,
No,
exceeded
I
expectation.
don't agree. I put them in the same
Exceeded
level.
no. I mean,
expectations.
you're pretty much saying that he's even more useless than people.
Fonseca is 50 years old. He's been coaching for at least 15 years. He's done nothing exceptional, and he's getting 2.5 million net. That's a
Yeah,
lot of money.
I think for AC Milan, it's reasonable. I think it's reasonable.
That's a lot of money.
I mean, how much would you pay? Well, how much do you think he's worth?
Fonseca should pay us to coach us, but
Okay.
that's another story.
I was.
That's another story.
I swear to God, Light. I thought that. Are you going to say that? I just
He
thought it.
should pay me to watch him coach Milan. He should send me
Lo
a
sapevo
fucking
che
check.
lo
That
sapevo
2
che
million
avresti
and a half.
detto questo.
He should send me 5K to my account just to turn on the TV and watch him coach Milan. First thing.
Damn. Wow.
George Mendes should send
Shots
money to all
fired.
Milan fans because we are watching his coach.
Yeah, I don't think this is a George Mendes. Is it George Mendes?
Yes, he's a George Mendes coach. That's
Are you
why
sure?
Every Portuguese is.
I don't think he is, guys. Yeah.
he is.
Let me just double check.
He should pay us. That's a good one.
That's true, man.
But
Motta getting 4 million at Juventus net or gross? Because I don't believe it's net. It's gross.
Net.
No chance.
net
No
in
chance.
Italy, they say net in Italy, so it's
I
net.
need to see it. I need to see it, guys. I'm sorry, but I need to see it. I'm not trusting you. I'm sorry, but I'm not trusting.
Okay, we'll see. But at the end of the day, I do think that from the signings that they're doing, especially with the right backs, Matty Cash and this Thiago Santos, seems like they are kind of going towards Fonseca's style of play. But but I wonder
What
if
happened? What happened to the other one, the Tottenham player there? What's his name?
Emerson Royale, Emerson
Yeah,
Royale.
That is
he's
garbage, man. That is so garbage. That guy is bad, really bad.
well, he's another one on the list, isn't he? Apparently, I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
but
true.
Matty Cash is not gonna happen, guys. Matty Cash is not happening unless this guy is running out of his contract. Maybe he has 1 year of contract and he's not signing with Aston Villa. Information that I don't know. But if he's in a long contract with Aston Villa, no chance he's moving from Aston Villa
Why not?
because Aston
Aston
Villa
Villa.
is playing Champions League next season. Aston Villa doesn't want to sell, and they're a rich club. They have a rich owner.
Right.
They spend even more than us in the transfer market.
Yeah, but talking about the right back, I know earlier on ho detto una minchiata con Osimhen, I know that, but
Mm.
why didn't they go for Di Lorenzo? Di Lorenzo could be affordable for Milan. No,
But
I
because
think
Di
it would.
Lorenzo, if I'm not wrong, he's in
He
a long
doesn't fit.
contract.
He
Well,
doesn't. No. Di Lorenzo does not fit the profile. Look who they're going for: Matty Cash, Thiago Santos. These guys are
Exotic names.
no, but these guys are all 21, 22, 23. Xerxes 23,
be back in a second.
Broja 20, early 20s. It's all like the buy low, sell
Sellable
high,
players in future. Players that
sellable
they can
players in the
sell.
future.
Yeah, players
Exactly.
that can sell.
It's
Yeah.
all about getting assets and then making those assets grow in value in time. So with players like
Again.
Di Lorenzo,
Sorry,
that's a sporting.
sorry.
If you get a player like Di Lorenzo, that's because you're thinking about sporting results. If
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
a player
I was
like
gonna
Matty
say.
Cash, yeah,
I was gonna say that we're coming back to square one every time. They're not
right,
interested. They're not interested in what's going on the pitch.
yep,
So, and
correct.
it's I can't. I mean, I don't know. It can't be more clear than. I mean, by now it should be clear to everybody's eyes. You know what I mean? They're not interested. So that's why they're going after this kind of players.
And it is very also fitting with Fonseca because Fonseca's last job was literally to grow players. He had an interview in which he said it. I'm not even paraphrasing this. He
Yeah,
said it. Lil, they didn't hire me to win trophies. They hired me to,
I know.
develop.
I heard that. Yeah.
Right. So I think it really fits the model, this whole concept about low
Look,
investment.
Fonseca ticks all the boxes, all of them, for these people.
Yes, yeah, correct.
Simple as.
Yeah.
Money wise, and the fact that they hope for him to develop the young players so they can sell them.
Now, I think that could be good for Fonseca. Maybe Fonseca
Imagine,
found.
imagine if for next season, I don't know, for whatever reason, could be the next Saki of the year 2000s or something. You never know. It could be
Fonseca.
something like, yeah. Imagine
I
that. No, I don't think so. No.
I don't think so. No.
Dude, if they buy good players this
Too
summer,
late.
he can do a
It's too
good
late.
job. I'm not arguing that he is not gonna be able to do a good job if they buy him good players. But
I don't
if this,
know.
if they first of all, if they spend 100 million this summer and they don't win anything, that will be 230 million in 2 years and zero titles. That they should
Yeah,
put that on their CV. By the way, these people.
yeah, but this upcoming season now, it's fully their responsibilities, whatever happens. Because last season they could blame Pioli on it, but now it's all their choices, all of them, including the manager. So there's no escape from them. If the mick goes sour, there's no fucking excuses for these people. You know what I mean? And even those deluded tifosi that still believe in these people, they're gonna have to deal with it. You know, it's gonna be all of them choices this season, all of them, including the manager. So you can't come back to me next year and tell me, oh, this and that. No, no. It's very clear.
Yeah, I I think it's very. I mean, what is his job? What is his objective? His objective is not to be the greatest coach. Is not to win trophies. His objective is probably going to be to bring value to players. That if a player costs 20 million by the end of the season, he needs to cost 50 million, and that's
But
what
I
his
have to
objective
say
is going to
though,
be.
I have to say though, Roy, a few years back when he used to manage Shakhtar Donetsk, I used to watch the Champions League games. It wasn't that bad after all, was it? I mean, that team
Well,
was. I like the
because the
way that
players
team
were really
plays.
good. The players were really good.
Yeah, but also the game system. I like the way they were playing. I know they had very good players in the squad. I know that. But I remember those Champions League games, Shakhtar Donetsk. I used to love watching them.
They are
No,
good.
I think that a lot of the games are going to be exciting for sure because it's that kind of football. You know, it's very offensive football. It's very open football. It's based on scoring goals. It's based on that kind of concept. So I
Oh,
think a lot of
the
games.
word very open it worries me. Very open. It doesn't sound too good.
Yeah, because they're going to have a defense pretty high,
Y-
so the whole field
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
back is
yeah.
going to be open. So the question for me, the big question is that in Italy, you can get away with being the team that does not concede the least amount of goals. Rarely, you can get away with that, but 98% of the time, if I want to be generous, 98% of the time, you have to be the team that concedes the least amount of goals. Fonseca, for me, is not a coach that has any defensive culture. It's all attack, all out attack. It's for me, this is my problem. I think we're going to concede a lot of goals, and it's going to be the same. I think at the end of the day, it's probably going to be the same as what we
But
saw this
I
year.
was reading though. I don't know if it's true or no. I was reading that Lille in the last Liga
Did well. They did well
did well
defensively.
defensively. Yeah, they didn't
Yeah,
concede that much, did
yeah,
they?
yeah. No, they did well. Yeah. So that could be data. It could be data. It could be algorithm data right there. Um, but I just don't see him being better than the other guys that he's competing against.
But
I just don't.
is he always play with 4-2-3-1 or is he play 4-3-3 as well? Is he changing or
Yeah,
is
it's 4-2-3-1. That's his preferred way of playing.
right?
But
Okay.
he's also played 3-4-3 in Italy. Now he did get to the semifinal of the Champions League with Roma, so that is something that you have to maybe
Oh,
give him
that was
credit for.
different. That was different Francesco, wasn't it? Was
That was
him?
Di Francesco.
That
Oh,
was
that
Di
was Di Francesco.
Francesco.
What didn't he
Yeah.
also do it with? Didn't he also do it with Roma? Am I wrong about that?
No,
No,
no.
I don't think
He did
so.
really
No, that
bad
was
with
Di
Roma.
Francesco. Di Francesco,
Ah,
that
okay,
was.
okay, okay,
He did
okay.
really bad with Roma.
So with Roma, he started with a 4-2-3-1. First season conceded 53 goals. Second season, he went to three at the back because he figured out that he needed to stop conceding goals, but he conceded even more goals. So the moment he started to think about defense, he started conceding even more goals. So I don't know if this guy really has a defensive culture. Maybe he learned it in his time in Ukraine, in his time
Nah,
in France. Maybe he learned it,
he
and now he
didn't
comes.
learn. He didn't learn it. He had a better team. Lille was a better team, and he conceded less goal. That's it. It's that simple. Sometimes football is really simple, guys. He got a better team. Lille was the third, fourth best squad in that league, and he conceded less goals. End of story. Roma was a average team, not that good. Sixth, seventh squad in Serie A, and he conceded 50 goals. That is football, guys. You as a coach, as you are as good as your player are good in the pitch. At the end of the day, you can tell them every tactical wisdom, whatever you want to tell them. At the end of the day, if they are not good, they're not gonna play good.
Well, it always at the end of the day, all comes down to the players. We know that, but I don't know. Look, what I'm saying is, like, if Zigzag comes in, I mean, after all, if he plays that way, if you get him like a two proper CDMs, if you get two proper players in front of the fence, that would be a good thing to start with. You know, two good
Forget
ones.
them.
Like, I
Forget
don't
them.
you
Yeah.
agree? You know,
Well, we
two.
forget them.
Yeah, obviously, if obviously. you get two proper midfielders in front of the fence with different characteristics from each other. You know, one is more defensive kind of way, and the other one, you give him the ball and he start to
What
play
what if
that
we
kind of way.
what if we buy him a right back? What is gonna do if we buy him a right back and we keep Adley and Reinders in the midfield? What he's going to do next season?
Nah, Adley, I don't. Nah, I don't like
See,
Adley.
that's the question. Is he gonna concede 60 goals next season and we're gonna blame the coach? No. I'm gonna blame the management because he didn't buy the two midfielders that we were asking. That's
Yeah,
the
that's
case.
why I said. That's why I said if that would
Because
be that would be a good thing, but I don't know if they will. You know, and as well as that, I reckon if he plays with the right back and left back very high on the pitch, he also plays that way. So yes, the midfielders has to be very. The midfielders in this kind of game that he plays, it seems to me that are very crucial. You know, so you have to get two proper midfielders because the ones we have, to be honest with you, I don't trust none of them. I don't like none of them, to be honest. If Benaseg comes back to player he used to be, that's the only one I can rely on. But the others, I'm sorry, but very, very poor
if
in my
I think
eyes.
Benasser will come back at the levels we are used to regarding him, because he will be able to do the preseason, get ready. I think the fact that he was injured, it was not able to do the preseason,
Yeah, but
affected a lot.
those kind of injuries takes a lot of time before you come back to yourself. You know, that's the way it is.
Yeah,
But
it does take a long time.
look, any kind of formation you play, whatever. As we all know, the midfielder is always the crucial part of the team. So it comes down to the kind of players they're
Yeah,
going to bring in. Because, like I
yeah.
said, the midfielders we have, I don't think they're good enough to do any kind of game, to be honest. Any kind of play, I mean.
Yeah, any formation there will be a liability. The only formation they can,
I
in
think
my
so too.
opinion, perform well is the three at the back. If we play three at the back, our midfield can kind of do slightly better. But
Yeah,
we
but
play four.
I don't think Fonseca ever played with three at the back,
Yeah,
did
yeah,
he?
he has. He has.
He did.
Hmm. At Roma.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
I can see him playing three at the back if they don't buy him the midfielders we need. I can see him doing, you know what, this is Italy, it's not France. I'm doing three at the back.
I
And
think if he would do that, he'll be wiser. He'll be wiser if he starts like that. If he's gonna go gung ho with this super offensive football, he might win a few games in the beginning. Everybody's super excited, but then all of a sudden you're gonna lose a game 4-0, 5-0 because you're all open and they're gonna catch you in the counterattack. Your season ends right there, just like how it happened
You
with us.
basically, yeah, I was gonna say that you're basically describing last season, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like the season ends like the first week of the Serie A.
Partenza da leoni e ritirata da coglioni.
Exactly.
It sounds like the very same season of last season.
Yeah, so no, I agree there. If he starts with the three at the back, um, I think that's going to give him a more solidity defensively, and then he's going to have enough players to play that game he wants. So I agree with that. He should start with three at the back.
I don't know. We'll see. Look, but I would. I know they're not gonna do that, but we also need, especially after Giroud and Kjaer departure, we need some people with experience, personality, because we lack big time in that regard. You know.
Yes, that's an important element to a locker room, to a project, to a team.
Oh,
You
on
know,
the pitch as well. On the pitch
on
as
the
well,
pitch
Roy.
and on the pitch as well. 100%.
is
Yeah.
is Casemiro a possible operation from Man United? Because I don't think he's in a great term with them. Why we don't try Casemiro?
Yeah, a player like him would be good. Yeah, exactly.
He's 30. I think he's 32, 33. Is still a good age for another 3 years in the midfield. He's a defensive midfielder. Probably wants to have 2 seasons to get ready for his last World Cup with Brazil.
Yeah,
Why would
but unfortunately, Laird, unfortunately, these people in charge of Milan don't think that way. I mean, we struggle years ago before bringing in Ibrahimovic Kjaer. Do you remember the struggle before bringing them in? All the
Yeah, but I
arguments.
wanna bring some names because people come always in these lives and say, "Oh, there is not that type of player available." I just wanna open the conversation so people don't
Oh,
say, "Oh,
there are. You just have to convince them.
Tony
That's all.
Cross." Why are we not convincing Tony Cross to say no?
No,
Don't retire. Stay. Play another 2 years with us. Why are we not doing
nah.
this?
But when a player like that decide to retire, Laird, there's no way to convince him.
I
I
never.
mean, especially after Real Madrid, where is he gonna go? You know what I mean? Nah, I don't think him. Yeah, but a player like Casemiro, yeah, it's all about convincing the player. But unfortunately, the strategies that these people have does not implies to get players like that. You know, they're not interested because for
Because it
them
looks like
they
Man
see
United.
they see this kind of place as a wasted investment. That's what I think.
Um, guys, what do you think about this? Maurizio Sarri, Sky Sport. I won't hide that I was disappointed that certain clubs have not contacted me. Milan and Fiorentina are two teams that, in my opinion, were suited to me. Wow, I've never heard a coach say that.
Yeah,
Jeez.
nobody looked for him. Yeah, nobody wanted him. It seems. Would you rather have him than Fonseca?
Yes, of course, no
Yeah,
doubt.
exactly. Why didn't they go for him? I mean, money wise, he's not gonna ask that much anyway. Probably he was gonna
Mm,
ask the same money that Pioli used to get, 4 million, something like that.
minimum.
No, I think
Laird, would you be okay giving Sarri 4 million?
dude, it's not my money. You can give him 50 million if you want. I just
No, no. I mean, like he has some sort of pedigree, hasn't he? I mean, he wants
yeah,
something.
yeah. But the thing about Sarri is still the same problem. If you don't buy him players, he's not gonna score
Yeah,
goals.
but
He's not a striker.
overall, it has to be better. It is better
Well,
than Fonseca. Come on.
actually, look at this. Sarri, maybe maybe Laird, guys, is completely right. Now, wait, I
Bro,
gotta confirm this, but it says salary. Salary. Sarri at Lazio earned 2.1 million.
dude, I am always right, man. If I'm not right, it's rare.
How much Lotito was giving him?
I gotta confirm this. 2.1 million. I have to look at on Capology.
Dude, 2.5 million net for a coach in Serie A is a lot of money. It's like stupid money. It's crazy money.
Lotirchio.
It's a lot
Lotirchio.
of money.
Money.
Even
I mean,
Inzaghi, when
I
Inzaghi goes at Inter, he's not earning the money he's earning now. He was earning like 3.5 net when he goes the first year at Inter.
But what about Conte earning 5
Well,
to
but Conte is
6?
an international coach. Conte is not an Italian coach. It's like calling Guardiola, Klopp,
Yeah,
Ancelotti, these
you're
guys.
right. I
Conte
agree.
operates on a 8 million, 7 million, 10
Conte's another level, another tier.
And
Conte's like
Allegri, when he
more.
signs at Juventus the
PhD.
second time, is at that pedigree as well. But now
Fonseca is
Look,
Allegri is not
good.
going to sign more than 3 million.
look. The more I think about Conte to Napoli, the more I get pissed. Seriously, the more I think about it, the more I get pissed. I mean,
Well,
a club like Napoli is more ambitious than
dude,
we are.
if Napoli wins the league next season, I'm going to fly to United States and look for that Uber driver called Guido. I need to find him. If Napoli wins the
No,
league,
just wait, Laird. Just wait when he comes to Abruzzo because he's close to.
oh yeah, if I don't find him in the United States, I go to Abruzzo to look for
Go
him.
to Abruzzo, vicino alle Marche, lo puoi trovare là.
I'm shouting, Guido, Guido, America.
No, come on. How can you not get someone like Conte? I mean, Napoli shows more ambition than AC Milan. What the fuck is going on?
No, but listen, at the end of the day, guys, maybe like we know that Conte wouldn't have been able to work with these guys. So what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
What are
First
we
of all,
gonna
I
do?
don't think he would be interested anyway.
It's not the right fit. It's not the right fit.
these people in charge of Milan, they don't want people who have a backbone. They want people who bend over. That's what it comes
Anyway,
down to.
I honestly, I don't give a shit about the coach. I want to see what players they will buy. This is so important. If they don't buy the two midfielders that we need and the two strikers, these guys are cooked. Are like finished. Like they need to leave Milan, like the city. They cannot live in Milan anymore.
Look,
Yeah.
I can tell you this much, Lard. Regardless of the way these people operate and all that, they can't take away from me the excitement of calciomercato, because I always get excited every summer. Since I was kid, it's lovely. The transfer market is always
Yeah,
something to
I
look
like it
forward.
too. I like it too.
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
something to look forward to, regardless the way that these people operate. They can't take away from me the excitement about the calciomercato. You know. So,
I'm the opposite. Since we've been signing players like Cerci and Bertolacci, for me the calciomercato is I'm scared, terrifies me. I'm not
oh,
excited about the calciomercato.
yeah, but that was the last Galliani was terrible, terrible, terrible.
No, forget about who was doing that. It's just in
I just have
general,
fun following.
in the last 10 years, I've seen some reasoning just from Maldini. When Maldini had a budget, he was doing things properly. He was doing things with a brain. Uh,
Yeah.
the year
Yeah.
they didn't give him money, they gave him just 40 million. He bought just CDK and he made a mistake. But you can make a mistake if you buy one player. You cannot fuck up 11 players. We were fucking up 11 players. We were getting wrong 11 players. So for me, Calciomercato is terrifying. You know, not literally, but you know. Ziske, Broya is a decent names, especially because I think Broya will go really cheap. Will go with the loan and option to buy.
Yeah, but let me ask you, what is the big fuss, the big deal with this Borgia guy? What has he
He's
done?
cheap. He's
What has he
cheap.
done?
He's
Yeah,
cheap.
but he's never played for Chelsea.
No, he played for Chelsea.
Yeah, but not in the start 11. He hasn't.
What? But because they didn't play him, not because he was not good. They
And
didn't play
besides,
him.
he's always injured most of the times anyway.
No, I got injured just once. He had a big injury, and that's it. But the problem is that Broya is under 25, he's young, and he's on basically cheap because we're not gonna pay him. We're gonna pay like a option to buy. So he's a Tomori operation. If he does well, we buy him. If he doesn't do well, we send him back to Chelsea. That's how it's
Yeah,
gonna work.
but see, magari basta with this Chelsea leftovers every time. To be honest with you, why they can't go some players from somewhere else? Always Chelsea, Lille, always
Because
the same connections.
Chelsea has a lot of players to offload. That's always
Brian's Albanian, Carmela.
yeah, but that doesn't mean
All right, okay, I see. That
nah,
that justifies everything. Man. That's okay.
that means nothing, man. There is a lot of Albanian players. It's not because it's Albanian.
Yeah, I'm joking. It's just the chat. That's what the chat says. Well, Broya is a promise. Well, at least up until his 2022, he was considered, a promising up and coming striker. What has happened to him since? I haven't followed.
Bro is similar to Scamacca, a bit more pace. He moves a bit more than Scamacca, but similar in terms of type of player.
Broya or not, we do need another striker, unless they're gonna stick with Jovic and Zirkzee. That's it. Because if they do that, we're in trouble. They do need another striker to get another striker, a proper 9.
I mean, Jovic is not gonna renew with us. I heard it's not gonna happen.
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they give him a contract, not to buy another one. I won't be surprised.
Yeah, but I think he's asking a lot of money, or I don't know, money that we are not willing to give him, something like that. I don't know. Not sure what's going on at the moment.
And by the time that Di Raduno start at Milanello in July, Jovic is going to be over 100 kilo maybe or something like that when he gets there. Anyway, because he has that tendency to get fat. No, we do need another striker, definitely.
Yeah, we need two. Simple as that. We need two strikers, and Okafor can be the third one if there is an emergency or something like
Even
that.
even look, I tell you this much, even at 20 million striker, which is probably what they're going to spend anyway, but still, we do need another one. I don't know what can you get with 20 million, but we do need one.
We're not gonna pay. That's why Broya is the name, because we're gonna pay 40 million Ziska or 50, whatever is that, and Broya will come on a loan with option to buy. So we will offload that expenses next year if the guy does well. And it's smart. That's what we should do with the midfield. Midfield, we should buy a guy 30, 40 million, and the other guy should be someone with a lot of experience on a free, or Amrabat. If the United doesn't do the operation, we can do it with Fiorentina. The operation say, uh, Amrabat, we get it this year, but we pay you next year with obligation next year. And you get the two midfielder. You offload the expenses next year. You get rid of Adley on loan. You get rid of Turquoise on loan, and that's the
So,
squad is done.
guys, last thing because we're closing. So, do you guys see? Are you positive? Are you negative going forward right now today? Maybe tomorrow is going to be completely different. But today, are you positive or negative with the market news? Or where's your where are you? And then let's close.
Well, I don't know. I can tell you this. I'm not like um, positive and not negative. Either way, I'm just stay in the middle. I just want to see, like Laird was saying, we know the couch, we know the coach is going to be Fonseca, right?
Same thing.
So
Same thing.
yeah, I'm curious to see what kind of players they're going to come in, and then from there, I can give myself an idea, an opinion of what kind of season we're going to be going on to, you know. But at the moment, to be honest with you, I don't have any kind of enthusiasm or any kind of excitement at all. But mainly because I know who is in charge and I know who's going to do the mercato. So that's
Yeah.
that's that's where I'm at the moment, you know. But with that said, I still have the curiosity to see what was going to happen. But mainly, yeah, like I said, no high expectation, no excitement, because these fucking people took that away from me.
Okay. What about you, Laird?
I'm I'm positive because even though Zirkzee is not done yet, it looks like it's close because Romano is quite reliable. So then he's saying Milan is going for it, is making an offer. So um, the fact that Broya is in a conversation, I'm positive because Moncada is in London, and I know Chelsea doesn't want Broya, and Broya is not getting anything proper sorted for his career, so he needs to get out of England. Looks like. I'm concerned about this right back. I think that would be a massive mistake. If they do that mistake, that means they're not gonna invest seriously in the midfield, and we will have a similar team that we had a year ago. So a team that will score goals, wins with small, never win with bigs, finish second, third, like this type of game, this type of team. So that is that concerns me. Anyway, I need to see the. I don't care about the coach. I didn't care when Pioli was there. Let's see what players they're gonna buy. I will judge. Um, I'm uh, I'm neutral. I'm not positive or negative. I'm neutral.
Okay, so I'll just finish then. Yeah, I feel what I do feel positive about is Xerxes. I think that would be a positive signing because it is a good deal, whether it's a bunny ball deal or not. It is a good deal, and he is an exciting young player that has proven himself in the Serie A. So I think that signing is definitely very positive. The coach, I am very concerned. I think the coach is going to be exciting. He's going to play some good games, but I don't. First of all, I don't know where the mental fortitude is going to come from in this team. So when the pressure is going to be real, I don't understand where the mental fortitude is coming from. I don't. It's definitely not coming from the management. I don't know if Fonseca can do it. And defensively, I think Fonseca is going to get cooked a lot.
Roy,
And I don't see any other way. Yeah.
just want to explain you why I'm not concerned about the coach. If the coach fucks it up, you just fire him and put another one. If you fuck up the entire team that is disjointed and it doesn't work,
But as well as that, like, by firing Fonseca doesn't cost them much either. Anyway, you know.
yeah, that's the thing. That's why it doesn't work with the coach. The coach is one player, one person. If you fuck up the 5 players, you have a team that is disjointed plus other players that you didn't get right the season
Okay.
before, and you are in banter era again.
You have to bring in players that help him do what he wants to do and still be able to cover, or at least you have to bring the goal conceded down.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
have to
but
bring
one of
that.
the point you were making, Roy, is that the fact that in a crucial moments of the season, that's why you need to bring in also a couple of players with personality and experience, because they
Yeah,
will help a lot.
of course.
They will help a lot the manager as well. You
Of
know.
course, yeah, of course. And then the dark cloud is just the management. I don't see sporting mental fortitude coming from them. For me, we're so behind the top teams in Italy that just like I can't get around that one. So yeah, let's see who they get. Let's see if minds can be changed.
Yeah.
And again, because the the Euro tournament is coming up, so after that, it might be new things coming up, new players. Who knows? New ideas. You might get new ideas. You
Well,
never know that.
yeah. Hey, Red John, if you want to join. Because I gotta go. So
Nah, but John, we're closing, man. Next time, reply to my messages, man.
Yeah, I'm going as well. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a live on your function on your life, man. There is a time and a moment to join. Not too late now. I'm sorry, man. Next time, be more responsive.
damn cold.
And what is that might? Is that
Cold.
say might join? So it's not
Anyway,
even I'm joining.
listen, guys, I gotta
Let's
go.
close it.
Thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you everybody in chat for
Ciao
participating in the
ragazzi. Ciao a
conversation.
tutti.
Ciao, Carmelo. Thank you.
Ciao ciao.
Guys, let's see what happens tomorrow. And yeah, let's see, guys. Forza Milan. Ciao.
Forza Milan, ciao.